So far on my palette, because sometimes I add more as I get along. I just have my that's not titanium white, that's plain white. I usually leave the titanium white till the final details. That way you can save, because titanium white is a little more expensive. And so then at the end I use titanium white for the highest, brightest highlights. And I got ultramarine blue, I got magenta, and I got yellow ochre, and bright yellow, and sap green. So far that's what I have on my palette. I could add more. So let's see what it would be like if we took this bright yellow, add a little bit of green to it. Let's see if we can get that. Now that just turns a green, so we're trying to, that will bring your yellow down to a darker green, see? And it looks to me if you put a bit of burnt sienna in there, that might turn it. Let's see. Now this is my reference photo that I'm using. It's a Pixabay photo. I cropped it so I get the boat and here, and I might add a couple of bigger trees here just to give some distance. I'm going to see now. We'll just do a few things with it and see what happens, because I don't want my painting to be exactly the same as the reference photo. So I'm going to make a horizon line, and it's going to be a little underneath the halfway point. So I don't mind if my horizon line is not straight, because I'm going to be putting, you know, you've seen the reference photos, going to be reflections and everything. But I find this is a cute little tool. This is a great tool for, you know, people use it for painting around their house. So I kind of like using it for bigger canvases and things. And you can get smaller ones, so, you know, it helps you make a straight line. So I'm going to use any color just to get something started. So I'll just use, I got a bit of blue there. So halfway down, this is about halfway. And I'll come down about here, because we got trees and stuff going on here, right? So we don't want to cut our canvas in half. So see, there we go. That's simple. Any tool that you can find, it helps, you know. You don't have to go by, oh, you got to have this and you got to have that. You find your own way. Find your own tools, your own way to make things, you know. Come up with your own. Invent. Be an inventor. That's what I've been doing. I've been inventing things like magic white and magic mist and for acrylics, right? And people seem to like it. So anything that I can invent, I will try my best. Ultramarine blue and white. Alright, nice light sky. I'll add more white now. This is a bit dark for down there. I didn't want it that dark down there. I'm going to darken it up on top a little bit. There we go. Now I want those clouds. I don't know if I want to make puffy clouds or if I just want to make some, you know, straight clouds. If you want to make straight clouds, I'll show you a trick. Put some ultramarine blue on your brush like that. And then on the other side, white. Look, a lot of it there, see? And blue. And if you do that with your blue side down, you will get these streaks of white coming off. And then you will get clouds in your sky, plus your shadows and everything, right? You can flip it over so the white goes down there also, see? And you can blend it all together. Now you got to have some wetness there in order to blend. But look, you'll see that you got the dark and the light, okay? So I might leave those there like that. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add blue, ultramarine blue, magenta, ultramarine blue, magenta, and I'm going to put that up in the corner up here, because I want it a bit darker up here, and then as we move down we can add that bit of white and some clouds and different things like that. But it's kind of nice to give your sky, you know, contrast. I always try to throw in a bit of contrast there. Like I say, you got to have something to keep it wet in order to do all this blending. Alright, so the magic mist is going to work on that for you. If not, just add water to keep it wet. But see, look at that. Look at that. See that? Isn't that nice? I'm just going to go back and forth down like that. Good. And I'm going to go back in with white for down here. My brush is still dirty, so I'll still get some of those shadows in the sky. Nice. Pretty dry down there, so I'm going to mist it. What a difference it makes when you mist it. Big difference. So there's going to be some trees in that down here, so we don't need to worry too much. But get your sky the way you like it. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Get a bit more blue in there. There we go. So I'm going to put some blue on the corner of my brush, just on the corner. See what happens. See, that way you don't get too much. You get to keep your white. Nice. Okay, I'm going to try some magenta on this side. Flip it up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's nice. Got a bit of, oh yeah, that's pretty. Gives that bit of pinkish color in the sky. Look at that. I'll do that again on the other side. It's pretty. Where can I put it? Here? Nice. Yes, I like that. Nice. Got a little bit of pink in there, you know? Could you ever see skies get a little bit of pink here and there? So pretty, isn't it? Make sure it all blends, all right? Make sure it's nice and wet and blends. Right. See, I'm keeping that white, see? Because I don't have a big lot of blue paint on my brush. You just use it on the corner of your brush and the magenta or the blue. And that way you'll get to keep, you won't lose your white, okay? Look at that. And because you're misting it, it will blend nicer. So there's a lot of tricks, you know, just practice and actually experiment. You don't even have to practice, just experiment. Don't think of it as practice, think of it as experimenting with different colors and different techniques. That's how I learn. I just do. I'll try it and see what happens, even if I'm doing it in front of you guys. I might make mistakes and it might come out horrible, I don't know, right? But because I want to show you some nice tips and tricks on how to, things that I've learned and tried. Alright, so trees are going down here, so we'll be okay there. But that's not a bad little sky. Isn't that pretty? It's different, isn't it? First I might just add some, you know, grass down here, because here's going to be water. Add some grass here and then probably some trees. And I'm using a bristle brush because bristles are rough, right? And they open up and they're not chiseled edge. So I'm going to add some grass here and some trees. And I'm going to use a bristle brush because bristles are rough. And they are they open up, they don't have a chisel to them, and they give me a nice texture to what I'm looking for. I'm using it because I want texture, okay? If I want smooth grass, I'll use a synthetic brush. If I want texture and I want roughness looking, then I will use bristle, okay? So for the color, I'm going to go with some that's ultramarine blue, and let's see, maybe some yellow ochre. I want to get a dark green. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Let's go with that for now. Now, I'm going to tap that on there like that. Now that's a bit wet, so let's let that dry. So the background here has to be dry in order to add extra clouds and the trees because it's too wet, especially where I use Magic Mist, okay? Because that will stay wet longer. As you can see, it's still wet and I've been, you know, working on that for a while. So in order for me to put layers on top of that so they won't blend in with the colors in the background, it needs to be dry. So dry that background and then we'll continue. So there we go, that's dry now. So that's better. See, now I can actually get it to work. So I'm looking at my reference photo and I can see that there's a lot of texture there in front of the trees. See it? Right? So we've got to try it. I'm not going to try and make it exactly like that, but this is helping me. It's guiding me. It's guiding me along to see where texture is and see where the composition is. Composition's all laid out for me, so I don't have to worry about it. But I can change up the composition if I want to. Okay? So I'm just going to put this on first. And I'm going to tap it on because I want texture. Okay, so tap, 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 tap. Right? Tap, 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 tap. Don't worry if you go under the line because we're going to, we're going to be having reflections and everything there. So I'm not going to put reflections there yet because I want to put some blue paint down there to reflect the sky and then do all kinds of things, okay? So you get an idea of where to start and how to start your painting and why we do it certain ways. And, right? Now these are not trees. This is just you've seen that there, right? Maybe I should have put the trees on first. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Sometimes you can do things. It probably would have been a bit easier to put the trees on because that way now we got to adjust the trees to the grass. But we'll be okay. So I'm thinking that might be enough there. We don't want it too high. I'm just going by the reference photos helping me decide how big things should be, or what's the best way to go about it. Okay. All right. Don't want it too blue. But I want it dark green, right? I also have sap green here. I might try a little bit of that in there. Sap green's nice too. That's nice, see? But I don't like it by itself. Like I need to add something to it, some colors. Okay, I don't like it not this one. It depends on the brand you're using. Some of the brands have a really nice sap green and others don't. But this is a really nice sap green. It's just I rather have some greens all mixed together. I don't want to have just a one color green. So I just mix in some different colors. Good. People ask me about blocking in and underpainting. Well, right now I'm just blocking in things, right? I'm blocking in, that's the grass there. And I'm going to block in the trees. Underpainting is basically the same thing. That's an underpainting for my grass, and I'm doing an underpainting. So basically underpainting and blocking in. Blocking in is more like getting your shapes also with your colors, right? Getting your base colors with your shapes. But so it's hard to. So I'm just going to go here like this. How high up do I want to go, I wonder? Going by the reference photo, it got pretty high actually. Let's go up here. Tap, 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 tap. So underpainting, right now I'm I'll call this blocking in so I can get the shapes of my trees. So I'm blocking in the colors, right? But it also would be an underpainting. Now, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, we'll keep going with that, and we will, I want to get some tops. I don't want the doll to be the same tops. So I'll show you how to get, let's just do this and I'll show you a trick to get your tops without having to worry about it. So we'll just tap, tap, tap. Get all these colors on here, just these dark greens. Worry So the little trick is for your trees is take a liner brush, all right? And put your color on there. And then just pull up these little tops. See? You can always come up with some things, unless you don't want the tops. I mean, you might want, I like the trees the way they are actually, but I wanted to show you the little trick that I had there, in case you wanted to use it sometime. But look, there we go. So you can bring up your little tops, and I can show you another little trick too. So that's not bad, is it? Try also, another little trick would be to use the fan brush. So use the corner of your fan brush, whether it's the synthetic or whether it's, and then you can take the fan brush and tap, 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 and you got this little top. See? See? And you got little rough tops too, which is good because it'll look like there's branches and things out there. See? Look. That's pretty cool. Which one do you like the best? Let me know in the comments section, you know, what kind of parts of the painting you like. What did you learn from it, you know? If you give me some ideas, and that will help me know what to paint for you the next time, and what you're learning, what you're struggling with. Just let me know what you're struggling with, and what. You can even email me if you want to for help. If you'd rather do that, because in the comments it kind of gets buried sometimes, right? So you got my email address there. But look, see how that came up nice? That's not bad, is it? Yeah, if you got a bristle, use that. If you don't, use your other one, a synthetic brush. This one's a bit big, but let's see. Right, so you can use that too. See, well, look. That's a cute little trick, isn't it? So you don't have to worry about everything all at one time. You can add them on after. So a liner brush, or that, or even a flat brush. Even a flat brush, I would say, would work. I would say even a flat brush, a synthetic flat brush will work. Watch. Yeah, even that will work, see? Now you won't get the same roughness to it, but it works. Look. So that's those. That looks good. Add another one here. Some of them down behind, hiding. Look, let's put some of them hiding in the background. Sneak a few in the back. There we go. Makes it look like there's a lot more trees around, doesn't it? Right? See, all these little details makes it look like you know, worked on it for months. And all you did was tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. In between the ones that are open. Alright. They don't have to be straight. Trees are all over the place. They fall around, they tip over, and see? Looks like lots of trees, doesn't it? Isn't that cool? Now all we have to do is lighten them up, do some layers of highlights, and bring this to life, and then we'll work on the bottom. You can actually see the texture that I got just by using, right? See the texture? See? I mean, look. It's all got shapes of trees just by tap, tap, tapping, and by putting those little tops on it, see? Nice, isn't it? Right. So now I want to get the colors of the trees the way I want them, okay? So, I'm cleaning off my brush. I'm using my bristle again. I'm thinking rather than, you know, I just want to have, I'm seeing shapes there and I kind of like the way it looks. So I'm just going to try to come up with some colors that looks nice. Now, what can I use? Let's see. Some burnt sienna. I like the burnt sienna. I'm going to try a bit of burnt sienna on here for I just want to tap on Just a little bit here and there, okay? Just enough so that you can see it. So a bit of burnt sienna. I don't really want to lose all my green either. I like that green there. So I'm going to add a bit of red to that burnt sienna. See if I can brighten it up a little bit more. So I'm just going to go across here with some of that burnt sienna and a bit of red. Be any color red. Cad red is usually nice. Cad red is popular. Just want to add, brighten up these down here after. I'm just going to throw a bit of that in there. So we are going to make this so that you don't lose all your green, concentrate on the right side of the tree. Try that so that you don't lose those colors. Kind of want to keep greens and reds and more colors going on there. There we go. Let's try that. Add a little bit of yellow to your colors that you just mixed. Brighten up a little bit. Because I'm trying to, yeah, I kind of like that's much better. So I'm just kind of getting something on there for now. Now, acrylics dry dark, so you're probably going to notice that they're dull. They dry dull, so you're probably going to want to add more yellow than the burnt sienna and red to brighten it up. And then we'll add more colors on top of that. So you might need a couple of layers, 2 or 3 or 4 layers of color on those trees in order to bring them out. Alright. One step at a time. One step at a time. Come alive, there's come alive. If you're having a hard time keeping the shape of the tree because the bristle brush is putting shapes on that you don't want, you can also try your fan brush. Turn your fan brush vertical and go with the same shape of the tree and tap it on. Bristle is not bad, but I like it because I'm getting all different kinds of trees, shapes and things. See that? So I'm adding more yellow now than anything. It's kind of nice, isn't it? Now, I might go back to that after, but I just want to see what I can. That's too bright for me. Let's decide where the light is coming in too. I think light's coming in from the right, so let's get, you know, there's a lot of light, a lot of sunshine. Although the sky looks a bit dull, I'm not sure. But it's your painting, you can do whatever you want. But it's very important though to decide where the light is, okay? Because we don't want to have the light in the wrong area. It makes a big difference. Look at all those colors. Isn't that nice? That's much better now, isn't it? Isn't that pretty? So now I'm going to add some yellow in the bottom. So with my dirty brush, I'm going to add yellow. Just look at all that yellow. And maybe a bit of red. Keep it on kind of an orangey side. And I'm going to add these down here. And I'm going to keep some of that green down there, just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to, but most of it is going to be on top. And that reference photo is really helping me make decisions, I must say. It'll help you make decisions too. Use your reference photo to help you make decisions, alright? Nice. I'm just tapping and lightly up here because I don't want it to get blobs, alright? So I'm tapping lightly so that it'll spread out. Alright, and add a little more red, maybe a little tiny bit of burnt sienna just to keep that nice color. Might even add a little bit of white, not too much. Yeah, that's it, that's better. I don't want it too yellow because it'll look too fake. But it still looks nice. The reference photo is very yellow. And just whatever's left on our brush, I'm going to bring it down a little bit just to smooth it out and to make it look like it's all blended together, see? Okay. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Add a bit of white too, just to see what happens. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, a bit of red so I don't lose my orangey color. Nice. Now if that goes dull on you, you can do it over again, okay? You can use the second coat. A couple of bigger trees in the front there. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be exactly the same as the reference photo, but if there are things in the reference photo that I like, I'm going to try and use them. Alright? Now, look at that. Is that pretty? It's not bad, is it? I'm going to add something else a little bit here. Nice. I like it. I'm going to add some little bit of white to my liner brush and put in a few little sticks and things, alright? To make it look like there's branches and things going on there. So a bit of white and I don't know, maybe some of the, but it got to be a lot lighter than, so you can see it, okay? So white, add white to any color that you used. Just add more white to it, lots of white, okay? Alrighty then, maybe a bit of green. Blue, green, here's the green. Alright, so a bit of burnt sienna. I'm just trying to get some kind of, there we go, I like that better. Kind of a brownish white color. Got it? And then just put in a few as if they're little trunks in the background here. Sort of go in between the trees so that you don't lose the tree. Just these little, just here and there, just little short strokes. If you need to change your brush, if your brush is not giving you those thin lines, it's not giving me my thin lines, so I'm going to get something else. I'm going to try toothpick because a toothpick is it's hard, right? So it won't bend on you because the brushes are bending. So I'm going to try that. I'm just going to do the same thing. It may not work. I'm just going to see. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. It's a bit too light. Just trying to mix some paint on it. Okay, it's good. See, you can see a few of them there. Isn't that nice?